The formation of the Deathwatch emerged from the blood-soaked aftermath of the War of the Beast, when the Imperium faced unprecedented threats from Xenos species emboldened by humanity's post-heresy disarray. The Orpheus Salient incident served as the catalyst, where a collection of previously unknown Xenos species launched coordinated attacks across multiple sectors, revealing dangerous gaps in Imperial defense strategies. These attacks demonstrated sophisticated tactical awareness of Space Marine deployment patterns, suggesting an enemy far more dangerous than conventional alien threats. Watch Fortress Extremis, the first permanent Deathwatch installation, grew from a former Mechanicum research station orbiting a dying star. The choice of location reflected the secretive nature of the organization. The fortress's position allowed it to monitor several major warp routes while remaining virtually undetectable to passing vessels. The installation's original Mechanicum vault networks proved ideal for storing xenotech specimens, with their sophisticated containment systems modified to house increasingly dangerous artifacts. Watch Commander Mordegail, formerly of the Dark Angel's Third Company, established many of the protocols that would define Deathwatch operations for millennia to come. His experience hunting the Fallen gave him unique insight into tracking elusive enemies across vast distances. Mordegail's first action was to establish the Chamber of Vigilance, a command center featuring advanced augury arrays salvaged from pre-heresy installations. The chamber's walls, lined with stasis-sealed Xenos specimens, served as both tactical reference and grim reminder of their purpose. The initial structure of the Deathwatch reflected the complex political reality of its time. Each founding chapter contributed battle brothers according to a rotating schedule, ensuring no single chapter maintained too much influence within the organization. Mordegail implemented a system where veterans from different chapters would train together for months before being deployed as kill teams, forcing them to overcome doctrinal differences and develop new combat methodologies. Early recruitment focused heavily on specialists, assault marines with experience fighting Eldar, devastator marines who had encountered orc psychology, and tactical marines who demonstrated exceptional adaptability. Each recruit underwent intensive screening by both their parent chapter and Ordo Xenos representatives. The process included psychological evaluation using archaeotech devices to ensure candidates could operate independently from their chapter's command structure. The relationship between the Deathwatch and Inquisition developed through necessity rather than choice. Inquisitor Orpheus, whose name would later be given to the Salient, where the Deathwatch first proved its worth, recognized the need for a force specialized in combating Xenos threats that operated outside standard Imperial command structures. His influence helped secure resources and political protection for the fledgling organization, though this came with strings attached in the form of inquisitorial oversight. Training facilities within Extremis reflected the unique requirements of Deathwatch operations. Massive chambers housed gravity-adjustable combat arenas where battle brothers practiced fighting in various environmental conditions. Xenobiological research labs allowed space marines to study alien physiologies firsthand, while sealed armories contained exotic weapons captured from numerous species used to understand and counter alien technology. The development of specialized equipment began almost immediately. Tech priests assigned to Extremis worked to modify standard Astartes gear for the specific requirements of Xenos hunting. The first pattern of Deathwatch power armor featured enhanced sensor suites and modified power distribution systems to handle the stress of prolonged operations in hostile environments. Special ammunition types emerged from studying alien physiologies, leading to the creation of the distinctive Hellfire rounds. Early operations demonstrated the effectiveness of small, highly specialized teams operating with minimal support. Kill Team Thanatos, comprised of veterans from 5 different chapters, achieved remarkable success against a previously unknown Xenos species in the Ghoul Stars. Their mission reports established many of the protocols still used for first contact with hostile alien species. The development of mission protocols reflected hard-learned lessons from early deployments. Standard Imperial tactics proved insufficient against many Xenos threats, leading to the creation of the Tactical Codex Zeneca. This document, continuously updated over millennia, contained detailed analysis of alien species, their technologies, and effective countermeasures. Each campaign added new chapters to this evolving compendium of xenocidal knowledge. Watch Fortress. Extremis expanded rapidly as its role grew. The original Mechanicum facilities were augmented with additional docking bays, training chambers, and containment vaults. Deep within the fortress, the first Librarius Zeneca took shape, housing dangerous texts and artifacts too valuable to destroy, but too dangerous for conventional storage. Special containment protocols, developed through trial and error, became the standard for all future Watch Fortresses. The establishment of long-term surveillance posts marked another crucial development. These automated stations, placed along known Xenos migration routes and near suspected alien worlds, provided early warning of threats and gathered intelligence on alien activities. The network of stations formed the backbone of the Deathwatch's strategic capabilities, allowing for rapid response to emerging threats. The expansion of Watch Fortress networks followed precise strategic calculations, with each installation positioned to cover specific threat vectors across the galaxy. The placement of these fortresses relied heavily on ancient star charts recovered from Dark Age databases, particularly those marking zones of heightened Xenos activity throughout human history. Architects from the Mechanicum worked alongside Deathwatch strategists to identify optimal locations, factoring in warp currents, stellar phenomena, and proximity to known alien empire boundaries. Watch Fortress Arioch, constructed in the Jericho Reach, exemplified the evolution of Deathwatch architectural philosophy. Built into a hollowed-out asteroid, its outer layers featured rotating weapon platforms disguised as natural rock formations. The fortress's internal structure followed a cellular design, with each section capable of sealing itself off and operating independently during emergencies. Arioch's gene labs, more extensive than those found in most Watch Fortresses, specialized in analyzing unknown Xenos species discovered in the nearby Ghoul Stars. Thalassa Prime demonstrated a different approach to fortress construction, taking advantage of its position within a massive debris field. The fortress utilized the surrounding asteroids as both camouflage and first-line defense, with automated systems continuously adjusting their orbits to maintain optimal coverage. Its hangar bays concealed within larger rock formations, could accommodate vessels up to strike cruiser size while remaining hidden from casual observation. The fortress specialized in void warfare training, using the debris field for complex ship-to-ship combat exercises. The development of fortress-specific combat doctrines reflected local threats and environmental conditions. Watch Fortress Midgard, positioned near the galactic core, focused heavily on anti-psychic warfare due to the high concentration of warp phenomena in its operating area. Its kill teams regularly trained in null field environments, developing techniques for combating psychically active Xenos species. The fortress maintained extensive facilities for Sister of Silence detachments, integrating their capabilities into standard operating procedures. Watch Fortress Surrogate, overlooking the Hadex anomaly, developed unique protocols for operating in reality-stressed environments. Its kill teams specialized in rapid deployment and extraction, necessary for fighting in areas where physical laws behaved unpredictably. The fortress itself incorporated advanced chronometric shielding, protecting its occupants from temporal distortions that plagued the surrounding space. Training facilities included chambers where gravity and time flow could be artificially manipulated, preparing battle brothers for operations in reality-warped conditions. The Omega Vault system emerged from the discovery of sealed chambers within several early Watch fortresses. These vaults, apparently predating the Deathwatch's formation, contained artifacts and information that activated in response to specific events or threats. Watch Fortress Arioch's Omega Vault proved particularly extensive, with chambers that opened to reveal crucial intelligence or equipment precisely when needed. The system's apparent precognitive capabilities led to extensive study by both the Ordo Xenos and the Mechanicum, though its underlying mechanisms remained poorly understood. Technological innovation within the Watch fortresses focused heavily on detection and containment systems. The augury chambers, developed first in Watch Fortress Andronicus, combined standard Auspex technology with modified Xenos scanning systems. These hybrid detection arrays could track alien vessel movements through previously undetectable methods, providing crucial strategic intelligence. Each fortress developed its own variations on these systems, adapted to local conditions and specific Xenos threats. The implementation of fortress defense systems drew upon both Imperial and captured Xenos technology. Watch Fortress Karova's outer defenses included modified Eldar containment fields, reverse engineered to create impenetrable barriers against specific alien species. The fortress's weaponry combined traditional Imperial weapons with experimental systems based on captured alien technology, creating defense arrays capable of adapting to various types of attack. Training facilities within each fortress reflected centuries of accumulated experience fighting specific Xenos threats. Watch Fortress Furor maintained extensive biovaults containing preserved specimens of local alien species, allowing kill teams to practice combat techniques against actual Xenos anatomy. These facilities included environmental chambers capable of recreating alien atmospheric conditions, gravity levels, and even radiation environments encountered on Xenos worlds. The development of fortress-specific armories led to unique variations in equipment and tactics. Watch Fortress Perdition, situated near several Necron tomb worlds, specialized in weapons designed to combat living metal. Its forges produced modified power weapons incorporating disruptor field technology, while its ammunition workshops developed specialized rounds designed to penetrate phase-shifted targets. Each fortress maintained its own collection of xenotech artifacts, studying and adapting alien technology to enhance their combat capabilities. Communication networks between watch fortresses utilized technologies far beyond standard Imperial systems. Ancient relay stations, some dating back to the dark age of technology, were recommissioned and modified to create secure channels resistant to interception or interference. These networks allowed fortresses to share intelligence and coordinate responses to large-scale Xenos incursions, though the system's full capabilities remained classified even within the Deathwatch itself. The organization of support facilities within each fortress followed patterns established through centuries of operation. Mechanicum enclaves maintained the complex systems required for Xenos containment and study, while specialized Medici facilities dealt with injuries and contamination from alien weapons. Each fortress developed its own protocols for handling captured Xenos technology, with some maintaining extensive quarantine facilities for studying particularly dangerous artifacts. The evolution of Deathwatch combat doctrines emerged from necessity as Space Marines from different chapters learned to mesh their varied tactical approaches into cohesive fighting units. Initial integration proved challenging. White Scar's veterans had to adapt their mobile warfare techniques to work alongside the methodical advance patterns favored by Imperial fists, while Raven Guard stealth specialists found ways to complement the direct assault tactics of Blood Angel's Battle Brothers. These early experiences led to the development of hybrid combat approaches that drew from multiple chapter traditions. Training protocols focused on breaking down ingrained chapter-specific habits and rebuilding them into more flexible combat patterns. Kill Team Thule, composed of Battle Brothers from 6 different chapters, pioneered many of these early integration techniques. Their operations against Eldar Corsairs in the Ghoul Stars demonstrated how different chapter specialties could combine effectively. Space Wolves' tracking abilities complemented Ultramarine tactical analysis, while Dark Angel's plasma expertise provided crucial support for Salamander's close quarters combat techniques. The development of specialist ammunition marked a significant advancement in Deathwatch combat capabilities. The original Hellfire rounds, designed to combat Tyrannid organisms, underwent numerous refinements as new biological threats emerged. Vengeance rounds incorporated monomolecular edges into their fragmenting patterns, proving particularly effective against armor systems used by various Xenos species. Dragonfire bolts, originally conceived for dealing with Eldar holofields, found unexpected utility against other phase-shifting technologies. Kill team structures evolved beyond simple tactical units into highly specialized combat cells. Each team developed unique operational signatures based on their members' capabilities and experience. Kill Team Artemis, operating from Watch Fortress Ariok, specialized in rapid response to newly discovered Xenos threats, developing protocols for first contact scenarios that became standard throughout the Deathwatch. Their methods emphasized gathering tactical data while engaging unknown enemies, allowing for real-time analysis and adaptation of combat strategies. Early Deathwatch operations demonstrated the effectiveness of small, highly specialized teams against larger Xenos forces. During the Crypto's incursion, Kill Team Sovereign neutralized an entire Tyranid invasion force by targeting synapse creatures identified through newly developed bio-auspex readings. The operation established precedents for future anti-Tyranid tactics, emphasizing precision strikes over mass engagement. Similarly, Kill Team Magnus's successful infiltration of a Necron tomb complex led to standardized protocols for dealing with living metal technology. The formation of watch companies represented a scaling up of Deathwatch capabilities, allowing for operations beyond the scope of individual kill teams. Each company developed distinct operational specialties. The Null Company of Watch Fortress Midgard focused on anti-psyker operations, while the Shadow Company of Watch Fortress Talassa Prime specialized in void warfare. Company structures remained fluid, allowing for rapid reconfiguration based on mission requirements and available specialists. Combat doctrine refinement accelerated as the Deathwatch encountered new Xenos threats. The discovery of the Dracolith species in the Ghoul stars led to the development of specific countermeasures against their phase-shifting technology. Kill Team Thanatos developed the Trinity Pattern Engagement Protocol, which became standard procedure for dealing with unknown Xenos species displaying advanced technological capabilities. This approach combined careful observation, controlled engagement, and systematic analysis of enemy responses. Weapon loadout protocols evolved to emphasize flexibility and adaptability. Standard Deathwatch armories began maintaining extensive collections of modified weapons, each optimized for specific tactical situations. Power weapons underwent particular refinement, with force field modifications allowing them to overcome various types of Xenos defensive systems. The development of modular weapon systems allowed kill teams to reconfigure their equipment quickly based on battlefield intelligence. The integration of auxiliary equipment into standard combat protocols marked another significant development. Conversion field generators, originally designed to protect against specific types of Xenos energy weapons, found broader application in general combat situations. Targeters and auspex systems underwent continuous refinement, incorporating data from encounters with new species and technologies. Each advancement in equipment led to corresponding developments in tactical doctrine. Watch companies began developing specialized support units to enhance their operational capabilities. The Forge Company of Watch Fortress Surgat maintained teams of tech marines specifically trained in analyzing and countering Xenos technology in the field. These units proved crucial during encounters with previously unknown alien species, providing real-time technical analysis and countermeasure development. The refinement of combat doctrines extended to void warfare, with kill teams developing specialized techniques for space-based operations. Watch Fortress Talassa Prime's void combat protocols emphasize the use of modified boarding torpedoes and teleport assault tactics, particularly effective against larger Xenos vessels. These techniques required extensive modification of standard space marine equipment, leading to the development of specialized void warfare variants of Deathwatch armor and weapons. Training protocols evolved to incorporate lessons learned from each engagement. The Crucible training system, developed at Watch Fortress Ariok, subjected kill teams to increasingly complex scenarios based on actual combat encounters. These exercises combined physical challenge with tactical problem solving, forcing teams to adapt standard combat doctrines to unexpected situations. The system proved particularly effective in preparing teams for encounters with previously unknown Xenos species. The development of inter-kill team coordination protocols allowed for more complex operations involving multiple specialized units. During the Herodor campaign, 3 kill teams operating independently achieved victory through carefully coordinated actions, each team executing specific mission parameters that complemented the other's objectives. This operation established new standards for multi-team deployment and coordination, leading to more sophisticated command and control systems. The traditions of the Long Watch emerged gradually as the Deathwatch developed its distinct identity within the broader Adeptus Astartes structure. Battle Brothers, serving their vigil, began marking their armor with silver pauldrons, a practice that started in Watch Fortress Ariok, when Marines used salvaged silver from Xenos artifacts to repair battle damage. The tradition spread as veterans recognized the psychological impact of visible proof of their oaths. The silver shoulder pad became a mark of dedication to a duty that transcended chapter loyalties. Service rituals developed unique characteristics in each Watch Fortress. In Thalassa Prime, new arrivals underwent the washing of the past, a ceremony where their chapter heraldry was carefully removed and preserved in fortress vaults. Watch Fortress Surgat maintained the Vault of Colors, where suspended animation fields preserved the original colors of serving Battle Brothers' armor, symbolically awaiting their return. These customs helped Space Marines process the psychological transition from chapter service to the Long Watch. Integration between chapters presented complex challenges beyond tactical coordination. Space Wolves found their pack mentality initially conflicting with the more solitary nature of Raven Guard Battle Brothers, while Black Templars' zealous approach to combat required careful moderation when working with more analytical chapters like the Iron Hands. Watch Fortress commanders developed specific protocols for managing these cultural frictions, including mandatory mixed chapter training sessions and shared combat vigils. The implementation of mind wipe procedures grew from early security breaches, where returned Battle Brothers inadvertently compromised Deathwatch operations through casual conversations within their home chapters. The process, developed by a consortium of librarians and Mechanicum specialists, allowed for selective memory modification while preserving combat experience and skill development. Initial procedures, crude by later standards, focused on removing specific mission details while leaving tactical lessons intact. Early cooperation with the Ordo Xenos established patterns of interaction that would define their relationship for millennia. Inquisitors learned to respect the martial expertise of Deathwatch veterans, while Space Marines adapted to the sometimes unconventional methods employed by inquisitorial agents. Watch Fortress Midgard pioneered the practice of maintaining dedicated chambers for Ordo Xenos representatives, allowing for rapid response to emerging threats while maintaining operational security. Training protocols evolved to address both practical and psychological aspects of Deathwatch service. The Shadow Vigil training regime, developed in Watch Fortress Ariok, subjected battle brothers to prolonged isolation in Xenos-contaminated environments, testing their ability to maintain focus and combat effectiveness without support from their traditional chapter structures. These exercises proved crucial in preparing Marines for the reality of independent operations against alien threats. The development of information-sharing protocols between watch fortresses reflected the need to maintain operational security while ensuring crucial intelligence reached relevant kill teams. Encrypted Vox networks, maintained by specially trained tech Marines, allowed for secure communication between fortresses while preventing unauthorized access to sensitive data. Each fortress maintained its own cipher system, with regular changes to prevent pattern recognition by Xenos intelligence services. Psychological support systems emerged as the long-term effects of extended alien contact became apparent. Chaplains assigned to the Deathwatch developed specialized techniques for helping battle brothers process encounters with particularly disturbing Xenos phenomena. Watch Fortress Korova established the first chambers of reflection, spaces designed for meditation and psychological decompression following difficult missions. The creation of specific roles within kill teams helped manage inter-chapter dynamics. The position of kill team sergeant often went to Marines who demonstrated exceptional ability to coordinate between different chapter cultures. Watch Fortress Andronicus developed a rotation system where leadership positions shifted based on mission parameters, allowing different chapter traditions to come to the fore when most appropriate. Documentation protocols evolved to balance the need for accurate mission records with security concerns. Each watch fortress maintained its own Librarius Zeneca, where mission reports and tactical analyses were stored using encryption methods that combine traditional ciphers with psychic wards. Access to these records required multiple levels of authorization, with different security clearances for various types of information. The practice of maintaining chapter-specific training areas within watch fortresses helped battle brothers maintain their original combat skills while learning to integrate them with other traditions. These spaces allowed Marines to practice their chapter's unique combat styles and spiritual observations, while gradually incorporating elements from other chapters' approaches. Watch Fortress Führer became known for its extensive training grounds, including environments specifically designed to replicate each chapter's preferred combat conditions. Interface protocols with non-Astartes elements of Imperial forces underwent careful development. While primarily working with Ordo Xenos, Deathwatch kill teams occasionally required support from Imperial Navy or Guard units. Training programs emerged to prepare both Space Marines and regular Imperial forces for joint operations, with specific focus on maintaining operational security when dealing with Xenos threats. The establishment of veteran cadres within watch fortresses provided crucial continuity as battle brothers rotated through their service. These permanent or semi-permanent detachments, composed of Marines who chose to extend their vigil, maintained institutional knowledge and training standards. Their presence helped smooth the integration of new arrivals and preserved crucial operational expertise that might otherwise have been lost through regular rotation and mind-wiping procedures. The evolution of Deathwatch arsenals paralleled the development of their operational protocols, with each watch fortress gradually establishing specialized forges dedicated to crafting and maintaining unique weaponry. The first dedicated Watchforge emerged in Watch Fortress Talassa Prime, where Master of the Forge, Desirus, established revolutionary methods for incorporating recovered xenotech components into standard Space Marine equipment without violating core Mechanicus doctrines. Initial developments focused on modifying standard bolter ammunition to counter specific Xenos physiologies. Watchforge artisans discovered that Hellfire rounds, originally designed for crowd suppression, could be altered with recovered Tyranid biosamples to create ammunition specifically calibrated to disrupt alien cellular structures. This breakthrough led to the development of other specialized rounds, including metal phase shells that could penetrate Necron living metal, and Vengeance rounds designed to track Eldar energy signatures. The study of xenotech presented unique challenges that required careful navigation of Mechanicus protocols. Watch Fortress Ariok pioneered the establishment of contained research facilities where recovered alien technology could be safely examined without risk of contamination. These facilities employed multiple layers of psychic wards and physical containment, allowing tech marines to study Xenos artifacts while maintaining strict quarantine procedures. Deathwatch armor modifications evolved beyond simple aesthetic changes to incorporate practical adaptations for alien environments. Specialized atmospheric filters developed in Watch Fortress Surgat allowed Marines to operate in zones contaminated by Tyranid spores, while enhanced sensor suites integrated into helmet systems could detect the energy signatures of phase-shifted Necron units. Power armor machine spirits required careful recalibration to accept these modifications without triggering rejection protocols. The formation of dedicated watchforges in each fortress led to the development of distinct equipment specialties. Watch Fortress Andronicus became known for its advanced power weapon modifications, incorporating techniques learned from studying Elder Power sword technology. Watch Fortress Midgard specialized in developing stealth field generators that could mask Marines from even the most sophisticated Xenos detection systems. Ammunition development expanded beyond bolter rounds to include specialized missiles and heavy weapons. Cyclone missile launchers received targeting systems specifically designed to track fast-moving Eldar aircraft, while plasma weapons were modified with heat dissipation systems based on Tau thermal technology. These adaptations required careful balance between combat effectiveness and adherence to Mechanicus doctrine regarding the use of xenotech. The implementation of chapter-specific modifications presented unique challenges for Watchforge artificers. Space Wolves serving in the Deathwatch often requested modifications to accommodate their enhanced sensory capabilities, while White Scars required specialized interfaces for their preferred high-speed combat tactics. Watch Fortress artisans developed modular systems that allowed rapid reconfiguration of armor systems to match different chapter combat styles. Study of Necron technology led to breakthroughs in power field manipulation, though early experiments proved hazardous. Watch Fortress Karova lost an entire research chamber when attempts to reverse engineer Necron phase technology resulted in a catastrophic dimensional breach. Subsequent research protocols implemented stricter containment measures and required multiple levels of oversight for any experiments involving dimensional manipulation. The development of specialized melee weapons drew from extensive study of various Xenos combat styles. Power weapons incorporating design elements from Eldar Witchblades proved particularly effective against warp-influenced entities, while thunderhammers, modified with impact generators based on Orc technology, delivered devastating results against heavily armored targets. Watch Fortress armories expanded to include sophisticated diagnostic and maintenance systems unique to Deathwatch equipment. Specialized cogitators maintained databases of Xenos material characteristics, allowing for rapid modification of weapon systems to counter newly encountered threats. These systems required constant updating as new alien species were encountered and analyzed. The integration of recovered Tau technology proved particularly valuable in developing enhanced targeting systems, while maintaining careful distance from the heretical aspects of Tau artificial intelligence. Watchforge artificers successfully adapted elements of Tau targeting algorithms to improve the accuracy of Deathwatch heavy weapons. These modifications became standard on specialized sniper rifles and heavy bolters used for long-range engagement of fast-moving Xenos targets. Defensive technology development focused on creating systems capable of withstanding exotic alien weapon types. Shield generators incorporating aspects of Eldar holofield technology provided enhanced protection against quantum weaponry, while specialized reactive armor plates could counter the molecular disruption effects of certain Tyranid bioweapons. The establishment of secured vaults within Watchforges allowed for the safe storage and study of potentially dangerous xenotech artifacts. Each vault employed multiple layers of security, including physical barriers, energy fields, and psychic wards. Access protocols required authorization from both the Watch Commander and senior Mechanicus representatives, ensuring proper oversight of sensitive research projects. Personal weapons received extensive modification to improve their effectiveness against specific Xenos threats. Chainswords gained monomolecular cutting edges capable of penetrating Tyranid carapaces, while power fists incorporated disruptor fields that could breach Necron quantum shielding. These modifications often required extensive testing to ensure compatibility with standard power armor systems. Combat shield technology underwent significant development as Watchforges studied various Xenos defensive systems. Integration of recovered Elder force field technology led to the creation of shields capable of adapting their energy frequency to match incoming attacks, while study of Orc force field generators provided insights into creating more robust power distribution systems. The development of specialized combat equipment proved crucial during the Cryptus campaign, where Deathwatch kill teams faced an unprecedented surge of Tyranid bioforms in the Cryptus system. Kill Team Cassius, led by Chaplain Cassius of the Ultramarines, deployed alongside Blood Angels forces to counter Hive Fleet Leviathan's advance. Their initial encounters revealed new Tyranid adaptation strategies, with bioforms displaying resistance to standard Hellfire rounds. Watch Fortress Arioch's rapid development of enhanced toxin delivery systems proved crucial in maintaining combat effectiveness. The campaign's turning point came during the defense of Asphodex, where Deathwatch forces identified and eliminated 3 previously unknown Tyranid synapse creatures coordinating the Hive Fleet's attacks. Kill Team Cassius's methodical elimination of these entities created crucial gaps in the hive mind's control network, allowing Imperial forces to isolate and destroy smaller Tyranid splinter forces before they could reorganize under new synapse creatures. Events at Gosar Quintus demonstrated the Deathwatch's effectiveness in counter-infiltration operations. Initial investigations by Kill Team Sovereign uncovered evidence of Gene Stealer cult activity within the mining colony's administrative hierarchy. Rather than immediately purging the infection, Watch Captain Sovereign implemented containment protocols that allowed his team to trace the cult's communication networks. This patient approach revealed connections to similar infections across 3 neighboring systems. The Gosar Quintus operation's significance grew as Deathwatch forces discovered sophisticated hybrid specimens displaying unprecedented levels of biomechanical augmentation. These discoveries led to the identification of a pattern of Gene Stealer cult infiltration, targeting mechanized mining operations, prompting the establishment of new surveillance protocols for similar facilities across the sector. Kill Team Sovereign's elimination of the cult's patriarch required careful coordination with Ordo Xenos agents to prevent mass hysteria among the uninfected population. Defense of the Orpheus Salient marked one of the Deathwatch's largest-scale deployments, with multiple watch fortresses coordinating operations against a 3-pronged Xenos advance. Necron forces pushing from the galactic core encountered Orkwa, elements moving along the salient's outer edge, while Tyranid splinter fleets probed for weaknesses along its length. Watch Fortress. Ariok's coordination of defense efforts required unprecedented levels of kill team deployment. The situation in the Orpheus salient deteriorated when Necron forces activated previously dormant tomb complexes in the Perditus system. Kill Team Atlas, specializing in anti-Necron operations, deployed to contain the awakening, while additional Deathwatch forces established cordons around neighboring systems. The team's discovery of active Necron phase technology necessitated the deployment of specialized containment equipment developed during earlier Xenotech research operations. The Herodor offensive represented a shift in Deathwatch tactical doctrine, moving from purely reactive operations to preemptive strikes against identified Xenos threats. Intelligence gathered by Watch Station Herodor indicated increasing Dark Eldar raid activity, targeting Imperial shipping lanes. Rather than fortifying potential targets, Watch Captain Artemis orchestrated a series of precision strikes against identified Dark Eldar staging points in the local webway network. Kill Team Artemis's penetration of Dark Eldar webway gates required careful application of recovered Xenotech, with modified teleport homers allowing teams to track raiding parties back to their points of origin. The offensive culminated in the destruction of a major Dark Eldar port facility, though the action cost the lives of 3 Battle Brothers when their modified teleport beacons failed during the final extraction. Watch Station Andronicus's fall sent ripples through Deathwatch command structures across the sector. The station's isolation protocols activated after detecting unknown Xenos life forms aboard, but subsequent investigation teams found the facility empty of both personnel and intruders. Kill Team Thul's investigation revealed sophisticated biomechanical parasites had compromised the station's life support systems, converting organic matter into unidentifiable compounds. The implications of Watch Station Andronicus's compromise led to sector-wide reviews of Deathwatch facility defense protocols. Investigation of recovered parasitic specimens suggested possible connections to previously encountered Necron biotransference technology, though the exact nature of the relationship remained unclear. The station's eventual purging required the deployment of specialized plasma weaponry developed specifically for the operation. Each of these campaigns contributed to the evolution of Deathwatch combat doctrine. The Cryptus campaign's lessons regarding Tyranid adaptation capabilities led to the development of more flexible response protocols, while the Gosar Quintus operation refined the organization's approach to long-term infiltration missions. The defense of the Orpheus salient demonstrated the effectiveness of coordinated operations between multiple watch fortresses, establishing patterns of cooperation that would prove crucial in later conflicts. The Herodor offensive's innovative use of captured xenotech set precedents for future preemptive operations, though the high casualty rate led to stricter protocols regarding the deployment of experimental equipment. Watch Station Andronicus's fall highlighted vulnerabilities in standard defense systems, prompting the development of more sophisticated detection and containment protocols for unknown xenoforms. Kill team deployments during these campaigns revealed the effectiveness of mixed chapter tactical approaches. The Cryptus campaign demonstrated how ultramarine tactical flexibility combined with Blood Angel aggression could counter Tyranid adaptation strategies, while operations at Gosar Quintus showed the value of Raven Guard stealth protocols in urban infiltration scenarios. These lessons shaped future kill team composition strategies, with increased emphasis on combining complementary chapter combat doctrines. The development of specialized equipment continued throughout these campaigns, with field testing of new weapons and defensive systems often occurring under combat conditions. The Orpheus salient operations saw the first deployment of modified conversion beamers capable of disrupting Necron phase technology, while the Herodor offensive proved the effectiveness of new stealth field generators against Dark Eldar sensing systems. The formation of the Cicatrix Maledictum forced significant adaptations in Deathwatch operational doctrine. Watch Fortress commanders across the Imperium found themselves dealing with unprecedented combinations of threats as the Great Rift's emergence created conditions where multiple Xenos species opportunistically exploited the sudden upheaval. Watch Fortress Ariok faced simultaneous incursions from Tyranid splinter fleets and newly awakened Necron dynasties, while Dark Eldar raiders took advantage of the widespread confusion to intensify their attacks on vulnerable Imperial worlds. Watch Captain Mortalized development of new rapid response protocols at Watch Fortress Talassa Prime established patterns that would be adopted across the organization. Kill teams began incorporating multiple contingency loadouts, allowing them to quickly adapt their equipment to face different Xenos threats during the same deployment. The practice of maintaining backup Thunderhawk gunships at high alert with preloaded weapon configurations became standard at most watch fortresses. The formation of shield companies marked a significant departure from traditional Deathwatch organization. These larger formations typically comprising multiple kill teams supported by dedicated vehicle squadrons, emerged from the necessity to respond to larger-scale Xenos incursions. Watch Fortress Midgard's shield company, Thanatos, demonstrated the effectiveness of this approach during the defense of the Calavar system, where coordinated kill team operations supported by Land Raider squadrons successfully contained a major Tyranid bio-infestation while simultaneously repelling opportunistic Dark Eldar raids. Shield Company deployment patterns evolved to address the unique challenges of operating across the Great Rift. Watch Fortress commanders developed new protocols for maintaining operational coherence when warp disturbances disrupted normal communication and transport channels. The practice of embedding librarians within shield companies became standard, allowing for psychic coordination when conventional Vox networks proved unreliable. The integration of Primaris Marines into the Deathwatch brought both opportunities and challenges. Their enhanced physical capabilities and specialized equipment required modifications to existing training protocols. Watch Fortress Surrogate's development of integrated training programs that paired Primaris Marines with veteran Deathwatch members helped smooth the transition, allowing for the effective combination of new capabilities with established tactics. Primaris equipment underwent extensive modification in Watchforges to incorporate Deathwatch-specific improvements. The Mark X Gravis armor proved particularly adaptable to Xenotech-derived enhancements, while the increased power output of Primaris power packs allowed for the implementation of more sophisticated weapon modifications. Watch Fortress Andronicus's armory developed new variants of special issue ammunition specifically calibrated for bolt rifles, taking advantage of their enhanced range and penetration capabilities. The deployment of aggressor squads within kill teams led to new tactical approaches for Space Hulk clearance operations. Their heavy armor and sustained firepower capabilities proved particularly effective in confined spaces, while their auto boltstorm gauntlets could be loaded with specialized ammunition variants. Watch Fortress Ariok's kill teams began incorporating aggressor-led breakthrough tactics when dealing with heavily infested Space Hulks. Response to Tyranid expansion required significant tactical innovation. The emergence of new bioforms adapted to operate in the altered conditions around the Great Rift necessitated constant updates to combat protocols. Kill Team Thanatos identified patterns suggesting that certain Tyranid organisms had developed resistance to the warp disturbances, leading to the creation of new targeting priorities during anti-Tyranid operations. Watch Fortress commanders noted increasing sophistication in Genestealer cult activities following the Great Rift's formation. Cults demonstrated improved ability to coordinate across vast distances despite the disruption of normal communication channels, suggesting adaptation to utilize the altered warp conditions. This led to the development of new detection protocols focusing on psychic signatures rather than traditional infiltration patterns. The assignment of Vanguard Marines to Deathwatch kill teams provided new options for reconnaissance operations. Their specialized equipment and training in covert operations complemented existing Deathwatch infiltration tactics. Watch Fortress Karova's kill teams began deploying Vanguard specialists to establish forward observation posts in Xenos-held territory, providing crucial intelligence for Shield Company operations. Modifications to repulsor grav tanks expanded the Deathwatch's mobile response capabilities. Watchforge artificers developed hybrid systems incorporating elements of captured Dark Eldar anti-gravitic technology, improving the vehicle's performance in unstable gravitational conditions common near the Great Rift. These modifications proved particularly valuable during operations in areas where conventional ground transport proved unreliable. The introduction of Primaris weapon systems required integration with existing Deathwatch tactical doctrines. Auto bolt rifles demonstrated particular effectiveness when loaded with specialized vengeance rounds, while plasma incinerators underwent modification to incorporate Tau-derived heat management systems. Watch Fortress armories developed new maintenance protocols to handle the increased complexity of these hybrid weapon systems. Shield companies began incorporating specialized support units to handle the unique challenges of Great Rift-era operations. Dedicated Librarius sections provided psychic oversight and navigation assistance, while modified servo-skull networks maintained communication links between scattered kill teams. Watch Fortress Talassa Prime pioneered the use of advanced Auspex arrays capable of detecting dimensional instabilities that might herald sudden Xenos incursions. The deployment of Inceptor squads added new vertical assault capabilities to Deathwatch operations. Their ability to conduct precision strikes from high altitude proved particularly effective against Tyranid spire nests, while their enhanced mobility allowed kill teams to rapidly reposition during fluid combat situations. Watch Fortress Midgard developed specialized loading protocols for assault bolters, allowing for rapid switching between ammunition types during descent operations. Coordination between shield companies required the development of new command and control systems. Watch commanders implemented overlapping areas of responsibility, ensuring continuous coverage even when warp disturbances disrupted normal transportation routes. The practice of maintaining mobile command posts equipped with modified Vox arrays and psychic amplifiers became standard for large-scale operations. The evolution of Deathwatch command structures accelerated following the implementation of Guilliman's reforms, with watch fortresses adapting their organizational hierarchies to accommodate new tactical realities. Watch Commander Artemis's reorganizations of command protocols at Watch Fortress Ariok established patterns that spread throughout the organization, creating more flexible command chains capable of rapidly responding to emergent threats while maintaining traditional levels of operational security. Each watch fortress now maintains multiple concurrent command structures with dedicated hierarchies handling different aspects of operations. Combat operations fall under the watch captain's direct authority, while intelligence gathering and analysis operate through separate channels coordinated by Master of Secrets positions. Watch Fortress Talassa Prime pioneered the implementation of rotating command assignments, allowing for continuous operations even when senior officers deploy on high-priority missions. Coordination with Guilliman's broader military reforms required careful balance between maintaining Deathwatch autonomy and integrating with new Imperial command structures. Watch Fortress commanders established dedicated liaison positions to coordinate with Ultramar's military hierarchy, while maintaining separate channels for traditional relationships with the Ordo Xenos. These parallel systems allow the Deathwatch to benefit from improved logistical support while preserving operational independence. The introduction of standardized strategic planning protocols borrowed from the Codex Imperialis necessitated adaptation to Deathwatch-specific requirements. Watch Fortress Midgard developed hybrid tactical doctrines that combined Guilliman's systematic approach with traditional Deathwatch flexibility, creating new operational frameworks that proved particularly effective in coordinating multiple kill teams during large-scale engagements. Recruitment protocols underwent significant revision to accommodate the increased complexity of modern Space Marine forces. Watch Fortress commanders now maintain detailed databases of chapter combat specialties, allowing for more precise selection of battle brothers to fill specific operational needs. The practice of requesting specialists in emerging combat disciplines, such as vanguard operations or Gravis assault tactics, has become standard when assembling new kill teams. The integration of Primaris Marines led to the establishment of specialized training cadres within each Watch Fortress. Veteran battle brothers with experience in both traditional and Primaris combat techniques serve as instructors, ensuring smooth integration of new capabilities into existing kill team structures. Watch Fortress Surrogate's development of hybrid combat protocols that maximize the effectiveness of mixed traditional and Primaris kill teams has become a standard template across the organization. Modern Deathwatch armories maintain parallel supply chains for traditional and Primaris equipment, with Watchforge artificers developing new protocols for integrating both systems. The standardization of certain modification procedures allows for rapid adaptation of new equipment to Deathwatch requirements, while maintaining specialized variants unique to each Watch Fortress's operational needs. Watch Fortress Andronicus's hybridization of traditional special issue ammunition with Mark X weapon systems exemplifies this approach. Training methods now incorporate extensive use of combat simulators utilizing recovered Xenotech components. Watch Fortress Karova's development of hybrid training systems that combine traditional combat drills with sophisticated hololithic projectors allows kill teams to practice against accurate representations of newly encountered Xenos threats. These facilities undergo constant updating as new threat data becomes available through field operations. The implementation of new mind-scrubbing protocols accounts for the increased complexity of modern combat operations. Librarians assigned to Watch Fortresses have developed more sophisticated techniques for preserving tactical knowledge while removing sensitive operational details, allowing returning battle brothers to retain valuable combat experience without compromising security. Watch Fortress. Ariok's refinement of these procedures has significantly reduced the combat effectiveness loss previously associated with memory modification. Logistics operations now function through multiple redundant systems, with each Watch Fortress maintaining independent supply chains while participating in broader Imperial resource networks. The establishment of dedicated Mechanicus support facilities within major Watch Fortresses ensures continuous maintenance capabilities for both traditional and Primaris equipment, while specialized forge sections focus on developing new modifications to address emerging threats. Combat doctrine development occurs through a network of veteran instructors who rotate between Watch Fortresses, ensuring standardization of core techniques while preserving Fortress-specific tactical innovations. Watch Fortress Talassa Prime's establishment of a central combat doctrine repository, accessible to all Watch fortresses through secured networks, allows for rapid dissemination of new tactical developments while maintaining operational security. The integration of Primaris technology extends beyond combat equipment to include enhanced monitoring and communication systems. Modified ocular implants provide improved tactical data integration, while upgraded Vox networks incorporate elements of Primaris neural interface technology. These improvements allow for more efficient coordination between kill team members during complex operations. The formation of dedicated research units within Watch fortresses focuses on analyzing emerging Xenos threats and developing countermeasures. These teams combine traditional Deathwatch expertise with Primaris enhanced cognitive capabilities, allowing for more sophisticated analysis of xenotech artifacts and alien biological samples. Watch Fortress Midgard's biocontainment facilities now include specialized sections capable of handling previously uncontainable specimens. Command training programs now incorporate elements from both traditional Deathwatch protocols and Gilliman's strategic doctrines. Aspiring Watch captains undergo extensive preparation in both systems, learning to balance the flexibility required for Xenos hunting with the systematic approach favored by modern Imperial forces. This hybrid approach has proven particularly effective in coordinating operations with other Imperial military assets. The current operational tempo of Deathwatch activities reflects the increasingly complex nature of Xenos threats facing the Imperium. Watch Fortress Ariok's ongoing campaign against the expanded Ghoul Stars incursion demonstrates the evolving nature of these challenges. Kill teams operating in the region report encounters with previously unknown Xenos species emerging from the void between stars, displaying technological capabilities that suggest long-term hibernation rather than recent development. Watch Commander Vigilant's coordination of operations in the Hadex anomaly region showcases modern Deathwatch response capabilities. Shield companies deployed to contain multiple simultaneous threats employ rotating kill team assignments, allowing for sustained operations without degradation of combat effectiveness. The discovery of hybrid threat forms combining aspects of different Xenos species has necessitated constant adaptation of tactical approaches. The Pariah Nexus containment operation draws heavily on lessons learned during previous anti-Necron campaigns. Kill teams equipped with modified null field generators maintain cordons around identified expansion vectors, while specialized reconnaissance units probe the boundaries of affected space. Watch Fortress Talassa Prime's development of enhanced detection systems capable of identifying nascent null fields has proven crucial in preventive operations. Combat operations in the Octarius sector continue to provide valuable data on rapidly evolving Tyranid adaptation patterns. Kill Team Thanatos' successful elimination of 3 newly identified Synapse creature variants demonstrated the effectiveness of modernized special issue ammunition against enhanced biological targets. The ongoing monitoring of Orc-Tyranid conflict zones has led to the identification of specific genetic markers indicating the direction of both species' evolution. Void combat tactics have undergone significant refinement following encounters with newly awakened Necron Dynasty fleets. The deployment of modified Corvus Black Star gunships equipped with phase-locked targeting systems allows kill teams to maintain combat effectiveness even when facing vessels utilizing dimensional displacement technology. Watch Fortress Andronicus's development of specialized boarding protocols has significantly improved success rates in Space Hulk clearance operations. Recent victories in the Sharadan sector highlight the effectiveness of current Deathwatch operational doctrine. Kill Team Aegis's successful infiltration and elimination of a previously unknown Xeno species attempting to establish itself in abandoned Imperial worlds demonstrated the value of enhanced reconnaissance capabilities. The team's use of modified Vanguard equipment allowed for extended covert observation before precise targeting of critical vulnerabilities. The emergence of sophisticated gene-stealer cult networks exploiting gaps in Imperial administration has prompted the development of new detection protocols. Watch Fortress Midgard's implementation of predictive analysis systems, combining traditional investigation methods with enhanced data processing capabilities, has improved the identification of potential infection vectors before full-scale infiltration can occur. Current challenges include the increasing sophistication of Dark Eldar raid patterns near the Ghoul Stars. Analysis suggests coordination between multiple cabals, displaying unprecedented levels of cooperation in their attacks on Imperial shipping. Watch Fortress Karova's deployment of dedicated interceptor teams has achieved limited success in disrupting these operations, though the Raiders' improved tactical adaptation capabilities require constant refinement of countermeasures. The expansion of Tau influence through diplomatic rather than military means presents unique challenges for Deathwatch containment protocols. Kill teams operating near the eastern fringe maintain constant surveillance of worlds showing signs of Tau cultural infiltration, while specialized units analyze recovered technology for signs of unauthorized distribution to human populations. Watch Fortress Surgate's development of enhanced cultural contamination detection methods has proven particularly valuable in these operations. Emerging strategic priorities focus on preventing coordination between different Xenos species. Intelligence gathered by Kill Team Artemis suggests increasing instances of tacit cooperation between previously antagonistic alien civilizations, particularly in regions destabilized by the Great Rift. The development of tactical doctrines capable of addressing multiple Xenos threats simultaneously has become a primary focus of Watch Fortress training programs. The adaptation of Deathwatch equipment to address evolving threats continues at an accelerated pace. Watchforge facilities report increasing difficulties in maintaining adequate supplies of specialized materials needed for equipment modifications, particularly those derived from recovered xenotech components. The establishment of dedicated resource acquisition teams operating independently of normal supply chains represents one approach to addressing these shortages. Current operations in the Nakmund Gauntlet demonstrate the importance of maintaining flexible response capabilities. Kill teams deployed to secure critical passage points through the Great Rift encounter, constantly shifting threat patterns as various Xenos species attempt to establish control over stable warp routes. Watch Fortress Ariok's development of rapid redeployment protocols has proven essential in maintaining effective coverage of these vital corridors. The Deathwatch continues to serve as the Imperium's shield against Xenos threats, adapting its ancient traditions to meet modern challenges. From the establishment of the first watch fortresses to current operations across the fractured Imperium, the organization maintains its vigil, ensuring humanity's survival against an ever-expanding array of alien menaces. Each victory adds to its accumulated knowledge, while every defeat drives further refinement of its methods, creating an evolving bulwark against the endless threats emerging from the void.